Humans are biased, illogical, and emotional creatures. We get angry, we feel guilty, we take revenge. Sometimes our personal feelings interfere with what is right. So it's tempting to think that artificial intelligence could be more ethical than us. After all, AI doesn't have emotions. It processes data, makes calculations, and comes up with solutions. It can do that much faster and more thoroughly than any human, and it does it again and again in exactly the same way. Humans, however, are too inconsistent to be ethical role models. In some situations, being logical and unemotional makes AI fairer than us. Take loan applications. For example, if an AI sees that someone has a stable income and a good credit score, it will probably assess their application as low risk regardless of the applicant's race. This is fairer than if a bank manager took a bribe or approved loans among friends and family. AI is also less likely to be swayed by irrelevant factors like a job applicant's marital status, favorite sports team, or whether they wear socks with sandals. But there is one thing that AI is really bad at: noticing when it is wrong. A recent study found that AI algorithms were more likely to follow unethical rules if they were specifically told to do so. Researchers at the University of Oxford gave a bunch of AI systems simple moral rules, like do not harm others, and then gave them some data with exceptions to those rules. For example, in one case, the data said that harming someone could be okay if they had committed a crime. The AI noticed this exception and started following the rule: if someone has committed a crime, they may be harmed. The researchers then tested the AI with new cases and found that it applied the exception too broadly. An AI that had been instructed to follow the rule do not harm others now thought that it was okay to harm anyone who had done anything wrong, even if it was an accident. This is a problem because AI is learning these rules from us, and humans, as we know, are not perfect. We create legal and social norms based on our values, but those values are often inconsistent and don't always reflect what is best for everyone involved. They also change over time. What was considered ethical 100 years ago isn't necessarily ethical now. Like the use of high-power facial recognition technology, it can be helpful in some situations. For example, it can help identify criminals in a crowd, but it can also be used to track people without their knowledge or consent. Some companies are trying to make AI that is less biased and more ethical, but the fundamental problem is that AI is only as good as the data it is trained on. Even if we give AI the best data and algorithms in the world, it will still be limited by the fact that it is a machine that follows rules. It can't understand the nuances of human language or the complexities of social interactions. In some cases, an AI might decide that someone deserves a loan or a job, but then turn down their application because they don't wear socks with sandals. And even if we could program AI to ignore irrelevant factors like footwear, it would still struggle with ethical dilemmas that require empathy and compassion. Like if a doctor was faced with two patients, one who needed a life-saving organ transplant but had no family support, and another who needed the same surgery but had a loving family who would care for them afterwards. A person might choose the second patient because they knew that they would have a better chance of recovery. But how do you program something like that into an AI? Ultimately, the question of whether AI could be more ethical than humans is less about technology and more about society. It reflects our desire for fairness and equality. But as long as humans are the ones deciding what rules AI should follow, it is unlikely that AI will ever be more ethical than us. AI might be able to help us reduce some of our more obvious mistakes, but true ethics come from more than just following algorithms. They come from understanding and compassion. Those are uniquely human traits that we should value and protect. So the next time you see a robot vacuum cleaner struggling to decide whether it should run over your foot or not, remember that the real challenge is not in the machine, it is in us. Thanks for watching this episode. Weavy made thousands of educational videos over the years, and we've been able to offer them for free because of our patrons. So to all of our patrons, thank you for what you do to make this happen. If you're not a patron, but you want to learn more about what that means, you can go to our support page.